Does the idea of silence on a date terrify you? That moment when it feels like you're stuck in a vacuum of awkwardness and there is no escape. Well, what if I told you that this very moment is your greatest tool in your ability to build attraction on a date? My name's Andrew Wilkinson, and I went from being a 22-year-old loser virgin to being able to date girls from all over the world, and now I run a dating and relationships company where I help guys find the girlfriend of their dreams. And in this video, I want to break down for you exactly why silence is secretly your most powerful ally in those initial interactions on dates. Firstly, I'm going to speak to why is it that people feel the need to fill every silence, and what does that communicate to a girl? And what it does, say you're on a date and it's going quite well, but then there's this pause, and then you immediately jump in and fill it. Oh, what's your favourite colour? That kind of thing. What you're communicating to the girl is, anytime there is a slight bit of discomfort, I'm going to fill that. I don't want you to ever feel any kind of discomfort. I really want you to like me. So every time there's a gap, there's a lull in conversation, you're jumping in to fill it. You create this kind of paradigm where anytime there's awkwardness, you're chasing her, you're pursuing her. She doesn't have to do anything. This isn't a team contribution. This isn't us going on a date and building something together. This is me trying to convince you to like me, which is always one of the weakest frames that you can have in dating. One of my favourite ways and favourite concepts in dating is this, and it's show, don't convince. Your responsibility is to show who you are. It's not to convince that other person to like you. And every time you're just like, oh, I need to fill this silence, it communicates that you're not comfortable with that silence, which is an indication of an inability to emotionally regulate. Because like I remember younger me with some sort of level of silence, you feel it, don't you? You sort of like feel the cringe of like, oh my God, no one's saying anything. Oh, she's going to think I'm weird. And what happens is you sort of take yourself up into your head and start running through every eventuality. And it's just like, oh my God, she's going to hate me. She feels awkward, all this kind of thing. So you fill it. But what this does is ruin the flow of the conversation. Because one of the things that's most important to having that level of attraction and that connection with a girl is a bit of tension, is allowing a girl to feel. One of the things that girls look for more than anything, how they rate how quite literally they feel about a guy, is how they felt on the date. And you rob yourself of this potential attraction that she can have for you by the fact that you fill every silence when she had that opportunity to sort of like fill with that pressure of like, oh, what's going to happen? You just cut it. You cut it with a knife. A girl wants to feel a range of emotions around you. The guy that just makes her smile politely the entire time is boring. And the guy that gives negative emotion all the time is boring. It's that ability to create a range of emotions that girls love. It's like a roller coaster ride being with this guy. And that's because on a date, when I'm sat across from a girl or walking around with her, I will always speak. And then if there's a natural pause, I'm okay with that. And I communicate that, hey, I'm just taking a moment and I'm like admiring you. I'll be looking at her in the eyes, and she'll have that fill up of pressure of like, oh my God, this is intense, because it is. But the idea isn't to rid yourself of this intensity. It's to be able to sit in it. To be able to sit in that pressure is truly attractive. When you have like the old Western movie of the big stare down between two freaking cowboys that are like macho men, when they're stood there just like staring each other out, you feel that pressure, and that is a huge bubble of emotion. And the thing that makes both of them like confident, attractive, is the fact that neither of them are like cutting the pressure with a joke. They're not doing that. They're just sitting in the pressure because they can handle it. And that's what it communicates to a girl. If you're able to sit in that pressure of the silence, that suggests that you're quite a confident dude, that you're able to think, oh, okay, well, I don't need to fill every silence. I can stay in this because I have the emotional regulation of someone that is somewhat emotionally mature. And girls get really attracted to this. On the last date that I went on with a girl, when we met on the street and I walked over, I said, hey, you look cute. We ended up going for an instant peppermint tea date. I don't drink coffee. And we were sat there and I could tell she was particularly shy because she was very much allowing me to lead the conversation. It was very much my stories that were getting put in. It was me speaking. And that's the thing. This powerful trick that is silence works amazing on shy girls, because I just stopped speaking. I'd ask her a question. She'd say quite a small response back because she's quite shy. I'd be like, okay, so what are you doing here? And then she'd be like, oh, this. And I'd just sit because I wanted her to give a better response. Something more about herself. And all I did was sit in that. And she could tell that's what I was doing. And then she called it out of like, I know you're being silent, so I'll answer more. And she loved it. She broke the tension. And she saw that as one of her favourite things about that date. That because I didn't just be like, oh, I'll accept whatever easy answer she gives me. I'll actually instead just not say anything and wait for her to contribute some more. That power of silence works really well on shy girls because they really feel that pressure. They really feel that build-up. And the worst thing a girl can feel for you is ambivalence. If she feels nothing, then you don't impact her on an emotional level. So simply put, you're just not an attractive option to this girl. Having that ability to create the pressure creates a feeling, and that feeling she associates to you. And that doesn't mean you turn up and go mute on the entire date, but you understand that pressure and release of that, it also makes the conversation feel like it like flies even more, because you have that contrast between the lows and the highs. A lot of attraction with girls is creating that range, creating that difference, so you're not just one note. It's the novelty, it's the surprises. Like if music was all just one note the entire way through, we don't like it. A good process of meeting a girl and that level of attraction is like a song where it has highs and lows, it has a pause. Even in music they do this, where it like goes away and goes quiet for a second for then to come back even more emphatically. And that's what it is when you're doing the dance of meeting someone new for the first time. If you want it to be beautiful, having that confidence in yourself that you don't need to fill every space. I'm good enough that that's okay. I'm not convincing you to like me. I'm not going to fill every single space. Sometimes I'll contribute something. That bulb. Annoying. But I'm still going to be able to be someone that can be reserved and hold himself back and not decide that I need to flood you with information about me like it's some job interview so you'll actually like me. That's simply the worst way to approach it. And it communicates that you don't feel good about yourself. Maybe you're nervous. Maybe you're a bit of a nice guy. Maybe you're a bit of a people pleaser. And if that sounds right for you, that you have that people pleaser tendency, because that's certainly what I had. That I had this like nice guy thing built in where I'd never want to let anyone else feel uncomfortable. It almost eviscerated me to feel like I'd cause some discomfort for someone else. Well then, I recommend you check out this video, because this is where I break down how I managed to escape out of those stupid people pleaser tendencies that I was trapped in for so many years. So if that calls out to you, this video is truly essential for you learning to be able to use the power of silence to be able to have so much more attraction on your dates.